Hello, my name is Angelina Steenstra, and I'm the National Coordinator of the Silent No More Awareness Campaign. The campaign seeks to reach out to men and women that are hurting after abortion. The ripple effect continues to go out across this nation. Many men and women hurt after abortion, as do extended family, the community at large. If you know someone who's hurting after an abortion, please direct them to a post-abortion healing program. And we'd like to share with you the testimonies that were given last year at the March for Life. So I'd like to introduce to you Julia Szymanski from Toronto and Scott Miller from Winnipeg.
I stand here today to tell you that I regret my abortion. This is how it started. In 1976, at the age of 21, I was an independent, healthy woman who was sexually active and who suddenly had to deal with the consequences of living that life. I was pregnant, but my situation also involved a new job, school debts, no savings, not married. My peers were single and childless, and these all affected my reaction that abortion was the only choice I considered, and it would be my secret. I placed my trust in a doctor I found, and the abortion took place in a major hospital under anesthetic, and everyone, including me, played our part in this procedure to get it over and done with. And I then returned to work the next day, and the assumption was I was okay. But 10 years later, after marriage and following the birth of my wonderful children, I found that I was experiencing nightmares, insecurity, distrust, anxiety, indecision. I gradually became less and less able to manage all the basic tasks of day-to-day living, and my life was spiraling down into depression. And for the next 12 years, I went from therapy to therapy. These did not help. My marriage failed. My full-time job failed. Why couldn't we get to the root cause? Well, 23 years after the abortion, that secret of mine was exposed. When I read these words, "If you're depressed from having had an abortion, help is available." Well, my entire body was frozen. Depression, abortion, abortion, depression. At that moment, my body knew the truth, that my conscience had to deal with my choice. The abortion had changed me. I managed to gather my courage. I made the call for help, and I shared my secret. I journeyed with other men and women through a healing process in a confidential, welcoming group that focused on post-abortion trauma. I learned my baby was real. I named her Marissa, and I finally let myself grieve the loss of her life. My body and my soul had been waiting for so long to grieve. I repented of this sin of my choice, and I received forgiveness. And I've been integrating the healing process, including issues of trust and decision-making. I returned to full-time work. It's now been 20 years. And an amazing outcome is that I experience joy in my life, with my family, with friends, and with you. I regret my abortion. I don't want you to suffer as I did. And that is why I am silent no more.
40 years ago, my girlfriend told me she was expecting a child. I immediately became concerned about getting my life together in order to deal effectively with the responsibilities that would be involved. Because the condition of my life at that time was not good, I became filled with anxiety as I attempted to face the responsibilities that were before me. I never verbally pressured or suggested that my girlfriend have an abortion. I believe she eventually decided to encourage me to go along with an abortion for two main reasons. My poor emotional, spiritual, and psychological condition made her uneasy with bringing a child into the world. The doctor reduced the reality of the humanity of the child, claiming she was just a fetus. My girlfriend's encouragement for me to go along with the abortion, coupled with my own lack of self-confidence, led me to agree with her decision to do that. I thought that in some small way I was helping her by going along with her desire. My girlfriend subsequently went to an abortion clinic in the United States and had the abortion. As a statement of agreement to my dismal abilities, lack of belief in myself to be an adequate parent, I stayed home, wrapped up in the uselessness I convinced myself that I possessed. When she returned to Canada from the abortion clinic, I felt an emptiness and a fear. The knowledge that I had a child was still there, but the child was gone. The abortion had not taken away the reality that I was a father. It simply took away the reality that I was the father of a child living here on earth. I had lost a child, and so had she. And we never discussed what happened at the abortion clinic till sometime later. We stayed in our relationship with the veneer that nothing had happened, until one day she broke down and shared the trauma that she'd been through. I realized then I had not helped her at all by allowing her to make the choice that she did. I couldn't face her any longer because of the confusion and self-recrimination that I felt, and I eventually left. But the knowledge of her pain and of the lost child never left me. I turned to alcohol to deal with the emotional complications of my guilt and anger and loss, but it didn't help. I eventually went to a priest and confessed my sin of abortion involvement to him, and he reassured me of God's forgiveness. As time went on, I found more healing through helping fatherless children. The healing increased as I became involved in post-abortion healing weekends, helping men and women who were post-abortive. My involvement in a maternity home that has contributed to saving the lives of 8 babies furthered the healing process even more. I discovered that truly helping vulnerable pregnant women like my girlfriend was not to abandon them to the lie that their baby is not human and that an abortion would be a painless solution. Truly helping them would be encouraging and supporting them, like we did at the maternity home, to feel confident about bringing their baby into the world. The emotional results of that approach is bringing the healing that I really needed. So I know that abortion is not the answer. That's why I'm silent no more.